Big up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, but a pretty town red. Can't let that shit down in my head, war gaming.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Hobby Homies. We are your weekly tabletop podcast. I'm Shane, hanging out with Fox.
Still here.
And, of course, we have Churchy.
In the void.
This week. Churchy, back in the void. Fire out, dude. Last week, I mean, you guys listening and watching, it nearly didn't happen.
Yeah, it was wild. We've always said to ourselves, we don't really need Churchy. We could probably run this thing without him.
It's not true, Churchy.
And then the second he's not in here, I mean, it was shambles.
It was absolute shambles. Yeah.
But anyways.
He has one annual leave day.
Yeah, that's right.
And it just goes to shit.
And you know what? We are just bad at what we do and aren't organized. And we thought, we'll leave recording the podcast till the very last thing in the night.
We've got all night to do it.
All night. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And then we go to record and we're like, we're pretty tight for time as is. Hopefully everything works perfectly.
Yeah.
Alas, it did not. But that's okay. Churchy's back. And so we're back.
Yep.
And everything is fine.
One thing, I don't know if it's better or worse, but Churchy came over the next day or something like that, and he walked in the door, he sat down. I explained the situation. He goes, okay, cool. Click, click, click. All right, should work now.
Yeah, and for context, we spent half an hour trying to figure it out.
Good half an hour.
And you're right. How do you know if that's better or worse? It's really good that Churchy's so knowledgeable that he came in and went click, click, click.
Yep.
But it feels worse because you want him to struggle with it to justify how bad at it we were.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about any of that, except we're glad you're here.
We're just grateful you're back, Churchy.
Yeah.
Happy to be back.
Anyways, this episode is not the Churchy appreciation episode.
No.
That's every week. This is more Parsecs.
Yeah, we're talking about the Parsecs campaign. You guys are probably well aware of it by now. But if you're not, it is a global multiplayer campaign. We're playing in the Discord. We have subcontracted Oliver, our resident DM. I always go to say resident DJ because it works.
It doesn't though.
He could be both, but resident DM. So without Ollie, all this wouldn't be happening.
That's true. It's kind of like you take 5 Parsecs and you make it an RPG that's cooperative and multiplayer.
Yep.
We've added all kinds of flavor to it. It's run in our Discord. It's fantastic. Jump in there, links at hobbyhomies.com to our Discord. Jump in and be like, what's all this Parsec business? And we'll find you. We'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. We've had heaps of people joining lately, which has been great.
Oh, it's been nuts. Like the last week, there was like 3 or 4 new players.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
What are you trying to? Are you trying to quietly open your beer, Rory?
Didn't work.
It didn't work. I opened it so slowly, but it just made the loudest noise. So get out. No, you're fine. Hey, you went to House of War today.
I did.
I want to know a little bit about that before we talk about Parsecs, because that's like, we were talking about this earlier. Is it the most well-known hobby store in Australia?
It'd have to be one of them, right? Yeah. Tyson's saying yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never been.
It's such a drive.
Yeah.
It's like, from here, it was an hour and a half, and it was pretty good run in. Like,
Sure.
I think traffic-wise, it could be a lot worse. But it's massive.
What's the, I just got a work email. Sorry, I have to respond to this.
Is that Outlook?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. For those listening internationally or even locally and haven't been in there, explain it to us as if you're our eyes.
Okay, so
I'm closing my eyes. I'm imagining it.
You open the door to
Oh my gosh.
to go in.
Yeah, I see
There's
it.
like a little gate, kind of
What?
like saloon doors, but like one,
Do
which
you,
is strange.
so you push one saloon door, you walk
No,
in.
there is only one saloon door.
So you push the only saloon door.
Yep.
You walk in.
Yep.
Everything goes dead quiet. You
Yep.
hear the dice stop rolling.
Yep.
Everyone
Yep.
turns and looks at you to see if you're an outsider from out of town.
Yeah, and of course you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's someone sitting in the corner. You know, the guy in the corner.
Yeah, the guy in the corner with
Yeah,
the hat
with the
slightly
hat.
down.
Yeah.
The one you're looking for.
Of course.
Yeah. Holding
Yeah.
his cards.
Yep. Yeah.
And then you walk straight to the barkeep. Wait, what are we talking about?
We're talking about our dream pub.
Yes, the saloon.
No, it's massive. It's huge. There's a whole upstairs, which I haven't even been up there yet. I've been there twice. That's where they play all the games.
All right.
But man, like there is just stuff everywhere. Like the shelves are chockers. There's games there that have been out of production for like 10 years
Wow.
and they're still on the shelf.
Wow.
Just like I feel like they don't even know what they've got. Like
Yeah.
it's like they just find a box out the back and they're like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. just puts it on the shelf.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
wow.
Like, it's just such an awesome range. Like, yeah. Oh, man. You got to get there. You got to check it out.
Did you buy anything?
I bought a couple of things. Yeah, I bought some War Cradle terrain. Like,
Okay.
it's for like the Mythos game. So it's like Lovecraftian kind of terrain.
Sick.
Providence Lane or something like that it's called. I bought some Twisted models because they looked kind of cool.
They do look cool.
For that game, that sort of skirmish game, Twisted. And a bunch of Reaper stuff.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Like, there's like a Reaper sci-fi range. So I bought a few bits from that. So
For
Parsecs.
speaking of Parsecs, so what we thought we would do on this episode,
Yep.
House of War sounds dope. I want to go. We may even venture upstairs one day if God's willing. If we make it past the barkeep and the guy with the hat down
And
in
all
the
the
corner.
stock all over the joint.
Yeah,
because there's boxes everywhere. Like some aisles are like, I'm like, am I supposed to be here, or is this like half the stock room? I'm like,
That's
oh, no.
so hobby stores.
Oh yeah, dude,
Isn't it?
Yeah. Like,
They're just bad at stock.
yeah, it's like inventory management.
Yeah.
Is not their strong.
They put all their points into being a hobby store.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you can open a hobby store, but you have no points in anything. Stock management's -1.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I know it's because like suppliers for hobbies, like Let's Play games and stuff, they've all got their own specific days where they just send you everything on that one day.
Yep. Yeah.
Or like if you build up orders. So you end up with these massive orders that come in on Thursday and you're like, oh, great. Well, tonight's X night.
Yeah.
How are we going to put all this on the shelf? And then tomorrow's GW night. So
Yeah.
I get it. But it's just funny that it's so true for every hobby store that you walk into.
Oh man, yeah, that's right. Any hobby store, any good hobby store has like a table just full of stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, what's in there? Like, it's not coming out till next week.
Yeah.
You're like, now I want to see it even more.
Yep.
Anyway, Parsecs.
Yes, Parsecs.
Let's, our favorite part when we're reflecting on this campaign is to look at some of the homies' missions from the previous month
Yep.
and read those out and discover those. So let's do that.
Let's do that. Who have you looked back upon?
I have looked back upon, I've looked back upon two homies.
Yep.
Actually, all of them.
Yeah, they all get a good read through.
So what I'd like to do is if Churchy, this one's going to be a bit different. Churchy, there's a edge window that's minimized.
Edge window. All right.
Yeah, if you can pull that up.
Wait, Edge,
Edge.
not Chrome.
I knew no one would open it if I put it in Edge. Yeah, you didn't even
Fair.
notice it.
Fair.
Throw it on the screen so that Rory can also see it, because you'll notice it's a bit of a script. And so I'm reading through Migraine's battle report, and we've each got a line.
Oh wait, do I need to see this?
You do, but your only line is first. So I'll just
good.
show you my phone.
One line. That's my jam.
And I'll explain your characters real quickly. Shane,
Yep.
you are Uncle Jack Zabatsky.
Okay.
Zybatsky. I'll be playing the part of Glitch and reading all the in-between stuff.
Sure.
Churchy, I think you're a few characters. Can't quite remember who. You'll figure it out. And Rory, you're also a few characters. Which you'll figure it out as I read through. So, we're going to start with Shane. You're opening us up.
Okay. All right. I don't even get why we have to rescue that yappy toad Crozius anyway.
Uncle Jack Zabatsky muttered as he put out the rad stick in his coffee. How he was still alive after the years of chain smoking and more punches to the face than your average roid fighter, no one knows. His sheer bitterness kept him alive, Pixie reckoned. Doesn't matter. If Glitch's intel is correct, the guild will owe us big time if we do this one right.
And exactly why is above your pay grade, Mr. Zabatsky. All you need to concern yourself with is that it's a job that needs to be carried out.
Mr. Glitch added in his usual condescending manner. Even if emotions should be hard to discern from a static voice coming from a hologram monitor head, Mr. Glitch still managed to sound like a corporate asshole. Jack snorted and inspected the floating rad stick in his coffee before taking an overly slurp-sounding sip.
He's just drinking around it.
He sounds like an ass. DMZ, Jack's niece and the reason for his cognomen, snickered at the scene, idly polishing her rattlegun sprinkles. Who
cares? Let's just get to it. I need some proper coffee real soon. Unless I die of the poison my uncle seems set on making.
She bounced down from her perch on a steel table in the corner of the room, stretching herself like a cybernetically enhanced feline. As good as reason as any, this concluded the debate, and the group all stood up, gathered their equipment, and made ready for a mission none of them honestly thought would end in a good way.
There you are, slow bees.
DMZ exclaimed as Perun Leonov and Lord Silverspoon entered the steel-clad room. Silverspoon meticulously dipped a bag of tea in a wood imitation cup. "We depart," Leonov asked as he adjusted his visor. "Yeah, gears up," Pixie answered after checking the battery pack on her gun one last time.
You
You snooze, you lose.
TMZ giggled as she exited the room, patting Lord Silverspoon on his antique shoulder pad. Lord Silverspoon blinked, shaking as he looked down at the cup in his hands.
But my tea.
And thus concludes the narrative leading into Migraine's mission.
I like that. Some character acting. Well done. Well done, boys.
Well done, everyone. I feel like after reading through that, I know his crew so well.
Oh, yeah. On a
could see-
personal level.
Yeah, I'm looking at them. So, Migraine, pre-turn, or even pre-mission, I would say, with everyone on their feet, the past tenses prepared to face whatever danger the guild will find for them. So, here are the crew tasks they did now that we know the characters a little bit. Pixie traded for some starship repair parts. Lord Silverspoon upkept the ambition.
Of course.
Perun Leonov repaired a concealed blade successfully.
Nice.
That's good. Mr. Glitch did some upkeep to the ambition. DMZ explored and met a new patron. That's cool.
Ah, very nice.
Oh, Patreon. Sorry, I read Patreon. By the way, we have a Patreon for as little as $2 a month. You can get early access to videos like these.
Shameless plug.
Uncle Jack Zabatsky explored and makes a useful contact.
Nice.
So the job that Migraine picked was job code AD14. Now they're all coded up.
Every month, new codes.
And you can go in there and pick your missions when you're part of the guild.
Yeah.
And so an old patron of the guild has got themselves into some strife again. Hey, I wrote this one. They have been captured again by a well-trained Black Ops team and are probably getting tortured again for their wealth of knowledge. Let's go get them out of trouble again. This is a basic rescue mission in which the past tenses were caught off guard. And so there's also some documentation as the notable sites for some experience if they can manage to get to it.
Yeah.
Enemies were 4 Black Ops, 1 Specialist, 1 Lieutenant.
Now, they have a crazy combat score, right? Is it 2+?
It is, yeah. The Black Ops are 2+.
That's brutal to start with.
Toughness 5 as well.
Yep.
They're nutty. Moving
Yep.
6 inches. They had hand lasers, and the Specialist had a Ripper sword.
Yep.
Pretty crazy. So I actually don't know how this ends.
Okay.
And I'm excited to see.
Yep.
I have a suspicion. But anyway, so turn 1, the past tenses set up a loose group while the Black Ops sit on site entered in 3 separate groups attempting to flank the would-be rescuers. Attempting to end the battle before it started, Mr. Glitch takes control of a nearby security turret and opens fires, instantly killing one of the mercenary soldiers.
Far out.
Success.
Nice.
In a wild fit, DMZ leaves the group using her jump belt, bouncing up on a grav lift and opens fire on Team Alpha, sadly missing all her shots. You know, it's the thought that counts.
It's right.
But not in Parsecs, because she'll die for that probably. Turn 2. As turn 2 starts, both Perun Leonov and Lord Silverspoon sets up an overwatch to ambush the mercenaries. That's a Shaneism. If they dare to pop out. When the enemy finally passes the corners of the hab pods, Lord Silverspoon manages to hit, but not take out the enemy leader. Did you just give it the... Damn, he's not wrong.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, yeah. As the battle takes full swing, shots start flying from both sides, with Pixie finally landing a critical hit and stunning one mercenary, and Jack running up, guns blazing, but not hitting anything. Leonov, having claimed a motel lobby as his personal bunker, leans out of a window and fires his overcharged blast rifle at the enemy. Fails to take any of them out, of course. Turn 3. Lord Silverspoon continues his assault on the enemy leader, stunning her again with a bullet from his rifle. I don't know what else would have come out of that rifle, but stunning nonetheless.
Yeah, just hopes and prayers, I guess.
Yeah, well, prayers were answered, and they got a stun.
Nice.
Leonov suffered from return fire and gets wounded, but stays in the fight. Leonov is my bet to be the character that dies first for migraine.
Oh, really?
You heard it here first.
Okay.
He's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
that vibe to him.
Yep.
Just kind of feels useless.
Just disposable.
Just disposable.
Yeah, fair.
Team Alpha seems like a side character.
Okay, yeah. One of those ones you just get attached to enough, but like obviously they don't take center stage.
Yeah.
And they just kill them off real quick.
I would go so far as to say, like, even a character where you watch a movie and you're just like, they're not even trying to like make me like this character.
Oh, yeah.
I know they're gonna die first.
Yep.
They've got no connections to anyone else. They're just Anyways, that's my bet. Knowing their luck, it'll be like Pixie or something. Team Alpha keeps their distance, taking DMZ out of action in a volley of laser fire.
Wow.
I jinxed it.
Yep.
Pixie, keeping her eye on the prize, moves up and rescues the VIP while firing off a few stray shots, but doesn't hit anything. The security turret, controlled by Mr. Glitch, spins around and focuses its green lens eye on the enemy leader, hitting her with a controlled burst, but does manage to kill her.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Yep. So that's 2 down,
2 down.
2 to go. Is
Yeah.
it 4?
Yeah. So turn 4, Mr. Glitch manages to finally land a hit, one that's enough to take out the enemy leader out of action. But in retaliation, both Pixie and Uncle Jack get hit by return fire. Pixie loses consciousness, and Uncle Jack, Zybatsky, is forced to retreat backwards into cover.
Ouch.
Turn 5, second last turn. Lord Silverspoon runs up and kills an enemy specialist with a burst of his rifle. Finally, Silverspoon's entered the chat. Crossius Big Mouth, the rescued VIP, flees the table, and with that, the operation is over, and Mr. Glitch takes command and orders everyone to start retreating back. Turn 6, having no intention to leave his niece and captain behind, along with not having any intentions to do what Mr. Glitch says, decides to ignore orders. I think that would be Zabatsky.
Yeah.
He charges forward with his blast pistol, killing the last of the Black Ops team, ending the battle with a complete annihilation of the enemy Black Ops team.
Nice. Held the field.
Well done. Held the field.
Yep.
Successful retrieval.
Yep.
And bulk entertainment values. Injuries, Pixie, felt great from earlier, so all was right.
Nice.
And DMZ is fine, but her best friend Sprinkles is wounded. The damaged rattle gun.
Rattle gun, yeah. That's a shame.
Yeah. So there you go. That was Migraine. That's just one of our... How many missions were submitted last? I thought I saw 12.
12?
Yeah.
Yep.
So... And this is a new month with many more coming in hot.
It's really funny. Like, it seems to be like the middle of the month is a bit of a lull. Like, you get a few at the start.
Yeah.
And then obviously most like towards the end.
Yeah.
I think the month just gets away from everybody. And all of a sudden it's like, there's a week left.
Yeah.
I think it was like MJ, Don, and maybe someone else got theirs in like the last day of
was it like within the last like 4 hours even?
Oh yeah, I think MJ really scraped through.
Yeah.
But Don's got an advantage because like obviously time zone difference.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit of a time traveler, so he can go back in time and get that extra day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clever.
Yeah. So yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I've got one.
No way.
You wouldn't believe it.
I wouldn't believe it.
You
I'm
don't
curious who you snagged, because they're all so good.
Yeah. They really are. It's hard. It's hard to choose.
I think
hard to choose.
we'll try and we'll put it on the old spinning wheel.
Yep.
I haven't used that. We'll have to spin the rust off it.
Ollie will just win every time.
Yeah, true.
Or somehow test. You haven't even played.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I went with Earthbound Jordan.
Sweet.
We're on Zitern still. The last in line now. His was a private mission.
All right, cool.
So it isn't a guild mission.
So all the winnings are for him.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. On a quiet night, 5 people wander into the mostly empty dining car of a maglev into the city centre. Each is greeted unenthusiastically by the bored bartender. After the last is served and seated, red lights pop on next to each door, indicating complete lockdown. The bartender's expression changes instantly as he sheds his apron and pours himself a drink.
He knows.
Well, there's a spider there.
Where? Oh, it's so quick.
Saw it too.
It's like one of those little camel spiders hooning
Yeah.
across the African desert.
Just
African desert?
African.
Afghanistanian desert. Afghani
Middle
desert.
Eastern desert.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, everyone. I apologise for the subterfuge, but I wanted to limit our exposure. Pierre Briscard quickly describes his plan. Each of them is the last survivor from a previous failed crew: a scavenger, a smuggler, a high-tech corporate spy, a gladiator, and a disgraced naval officer. Together, they'll steal themselves a ship and hope to gain membership in the guild.
Heck yes.
Ambition is rising in this system, and I'm sick of being a bartender.
I like the pun there, saying the ambition is rising in this system.
Yep.
Because the ship for the guild is the ambition, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why will we follow you? A deep voice why will we follow you? A deep voice rumbled from the massive blonde man at the center
Where was
table.
that for my reading?
You gave me one line and it was the first line. I couldn't even get invested
I
in
was
it.
like, Shane's got one line. He's going to give it all he's got. But alas.
I read the teleprompter, dude.
Yeah.
Where was I?
Yeah, sorry, man. I did that to you.
Yeah, a massive blonde man at the center table. You won't, Briscard replied, pointing at the disgraced middle-aged, disinterested middle-aged man in the corner. You'll follow him, and so will I. All eyes turned in the man's direction. He didn't look up from his drink. A woman in an unmarked naval uniform whispered into her hand terminal. The terminal brought back her answer, and her eyes widened. I thought I recognized you, she said in an even tone. You're Captain Canren, the smuggler. You're supposed to be dead. We're all supposed to be dead, he replied, rising from his chair. That's why we're all here. And I say we announce our continued existence with a little style. A former rival of mine has had his ship impounded. Let's go get it out of hock and make it our own. They didn't all agree right away, but Briscard already knew it was a done deal. And they'd know for the first time if they're evil or divine.
I like the idea of them all having this discussion. He said they didn't agree straight away. So it was like, let's go steal this ship. They're like, I don't want to. Someone's like, oh, maybe we could. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could.
Where is it? Oh, just up the road.
It's like over there. It's like, if you look, see the building over there, and then there's one to the left of that.
Yep.
And then there's a big fuck off ship right next to that. It's that one.
It's behind that one.
It's behind that one. It's a bit smaller, but it's kind of got the same form factor.
Yeah. Aside from the multiple and obvious Ronnie James Dio references, some may notice that my crew is all named after the Infinity models that I'm using to represent them.
Oh, sweet.
This is mostly for my own amusement and to keep them straight in my head while playing. All photos are from Tabletop Simulator, as I currently lack the table space to play as often as I'd like. No pre-turn in this game as I'm playing it as a first-time crew. So obviously, in these write-ups, some people have photos, and Jordan had screenshots from Tabletop Simulator.
Oh, brilliant.
Which was incredible. Like he had a full infinity table.
Nice.
And just, yeah, it was such a great option for those people that just don't have the time or the can set it up.
Yeah.
You can just save Tabletop Simulator and come back later.
Yeah, that's great,
So,
actually.
Yeah.
Stealing that.
Yeah, true. The mission. The crew must access a terminal in the middle of the table to unlock the docking clamps of the target ship and transfer ownership. Are we playing the ship debt as a hefty bribe to local officials, so it'll be prioritized over other upgrades, so it'll be fully paid off before the ambition leaves the turn.
Nice.
So yeah, as you would normally roll up your ship debt, he's sort of headcanoning that it's a bribe to get into the facility.
Wow, yeah, it's nice. I like that.
That's cool. Unfortunately, the ship's previous, some would say current owner, has caught wind of the plan and has sent some cheap hirelings along with a hellacious mercenary, Victor Messer. At least there's a bounty on Messer, so there's a chance to nab a few extra credits.
Yeah, nice.
Turn one.
I really like the idea that someone's like, what? Someone's trying to steal my ship? Can you guys go take care of that for me? I'm just going to stay here.
The cheapest security
Yeah.
you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would do this for $5? Rory would. You do it, Rory. Send Rory. Rory, can you go take care of these people trying to steal my ship? Ship's worth $88,000, but I'll give you $5.
Turn one. Mostly maneuvering with a couple of pot shots, as most turns are with Parsecs.
Yeah.
Fast actions. The Varanian and Canren move up, keeping to cover. Enemy actions. The scum move towards an alley with Victor Messer hitting the high ground. He's going to be trouble. Slow actions. Everyone else moves up. Dart and Briscard take shots and suck at it.
Yeah.
Again, as
That's
Parsecs. Turn two. Exchanges of fire. Nothing serious yet. Fast actions. Canren moves up to the right flank. Dart takes a shot and manages to stun some scum. Enemy actions, the scum move around the table, the specialist and merc take shots, no hits, but that merc was pretty dang close. Considering his combat score, he is dangerous. Slow actions, Govad gains the high ground and misses a very difficult shot.
Oh, Govad. Must be a hacker slam Govad.
Oh, yeah.
The Infinity model.
Yep.
And because his name's named after the Infinity models, I
Yep.
put 7 and 7 together and got 12. Carry on.
He mentioned like Dio references, but I only know one Dio song, so all these are just going right over my head, like most of these shots
And everything.
and everything and life.
You walk upside down. It's not your fault.
Where was I? Govad gains the high ground and misses a very difficult shot. Briscard scores a lucky hit on the merc and stuns him, though in retrospect this was a mistake, as the merc has a toughness 5, a mistake that would give me false confidence going forward.
Oh, it happens. First game, isn't it?
Yeah.
You stun a couple things, nothing's died. You're like, oh yeah, would you?
Yeah.
You're not G.
Nah, it flips.
It flips very quick.
Yeah. Helena fires at the stunned merc and misses. The false confidence is already showing itself. By the end of the turn, Helena is nearly at the terminal. Dart, Briscard, and Victor are in a clear firefight, and my close combat duo are not really any closer to the enemy than they were before. That'll be the theme of this game. Turn 3. The firefight begins in earnest. Fast actions. Dart takes a shot. It's a bad miss. And the Varanian rather foolishly advances a bit too far into the open. Enemy actions. The Varanian takes one to the chest, but he's just stunned. And the merc stuns Briscard after moving up to get within 6 inches.
This is the turning point in all first people's games.
Yep.
He's about to get slaughtered.
Oh, man. And it's always turn 3.
Yep. Turn
Like-
3 and then 4 to finish you off, basically.
Yeah.
And then turn 5 to realize what this game is.
Yep. I either realized my earlier mistake and didn't take into account the merc being stunned, or I just made another mistake and forgot to play him like he was stunned. 2 wrongs can make a right.
Correct.
Slow actions. Govad takes another long shot and finally downs the enemy. The rest of the scum move back as they're only weakened warriors. Special rule.
Oh,
When
cool.
someone goes down, they retreat
Oh, sweet.
3 inches or something like that.
Yeah.
Helena decides to quit shooting poorly and gets her job done, accessing the terminal. Success. Yep. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
At this
Uploading.
point, upload successful?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. At this
Upload
point,
successful.
I knew it was happening. At this point, one of the enemy fighters bails. Scum are not known for their loyalty and courage. Turn 4. The crew takes a couple more shots before realizing they aren't going to be good enough to claim the bounty on Victor. Fast actions. Helena moves to flank and stuns the merc. The Varanian and Briscard realize how tough the battle might get and start heading for the table edge. Enemy actions.
Jump off the table edge.
Don't do
This
it.
is tougher than I thought.
Don't jump.
Aim for the bushes.
Where was I? Enemy actions.
That's going to be a theme for this battle report.
The scum specialist fires poorly. Slow actions. The rest of the crew fall back, having achieved their main goal. End of the turn. The scum realize they've failed and they turn tail and run. The crew grabs some coins from a concerned citizen who appreciates that they drove away some scum. Get paid. I feel like they probably shook that citizen down.
Yeah.
Or they just stole his shit. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
The citizen's like, what the heck have you done? Aren't you thankful we took care of that scum? Not really. Aren't you thankful? Hand on the gun.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. That deserves a little payment, doesn't it? I guess.
Yep. And while they found nothing of value during the firefight, they managed to grab a tracker site from a hidden cache. No one was badly hurt, and they didn't really learn anything. No injuries or upgrades. While out purchasing some medkits and a stabilizer for Govad's marksman's rifle,
Nice.
they run into a doc that won't ask questions, but they don't require his services, which is a campaign event.
Sure.
Briscard, an artist at heart, dyes Dart's hair a lovely lavender colour, but it washes out in a couple of days. Character event.
That's a cool character event.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Then they're after the witch, and they may never, ever come home. But the ship that they'll steal is worth the lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like the idea that they met a dock that they didn't require their services.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a gang of people just walking back from stealing a ship.
Yep.
And there's like a doctor in the corner who's like, hey guys, just so you know, I won't ask any questions. like, yeah, but we're fine.
It's like, we didn't ask any questions. Who are you?
We're fine though. Just letting you know. I'm not going to ask any questions.
It's like, oh, you should get that checked out.
Yep. You look like you got a bit of a limp there. How'd you get? Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, if you liked having your battle report read out, best way to have that done is to do a battle report
True.
or a mission write-up in our Discord. Best way to do that is to join the Discord. Best way to do that?
Hobbyhomies.com.
That's right.
Yep.
We'd love to have more people in this global Parsecs campaign because these things that we just read through are missions and events that are impacting the global campaign.
Yeah.
This is all paying off things for the guild
Yep.
and stuffs. So, yeah, jump on in. If you don't know what Parsecs is, well, we have a book right here you can have. If you come down to the studio, this is yours. No, hey. Or you can like get the PDF or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Wargame Vault.
Wargame Vault.
We have an affiliate link in the description. Doesn't cost you any extra, but a few cents go our way, and that way we can buy PDFs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pages of that. Absolute PDFs. You should see how many PDFs we have.
Heaps, dude.
Like 7.
Folders, like gigs worth.
Yeah, gigs.
Yeah. Gigs.
Gigs.
All the
Actual
gigs.
gigs. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yep.
If you like Parsecs, cool. Good for you.
Also, check
What, do
it
you
out.
want a medal?
Check it out. So, Jesus, dude, you turned on them so quick. It's like 50% of our listener base is Parsecs, man.
Yeah. What do they want? Medals? I don't have that many medals.
I mean, who would say no to a medal?
Yeah. Do you want a medal?
I'd have them. Yeah, give me.
I don't. Sorry, I don't have any. I should have backed that up by saying or pretending that I don't have any medals. It's rhetorical.
Check out our socials. We post stuff on there from time to time. Instagram, Facebook. That's about it, really.
Yeah.
We've got an alternate channel, so we post our battle reports and video content on that. The link in the description for that.
Yeah. So actually, all of our missions from this campaign we've played through as battle reports that we filmed and put on that channel.
Yeah.
So if you like this, whatever this was, you're a psychopath, but you might enjoy video content, in which case, go sub to that channel.
Yep.
Link in the description below.
And a massive shout out to our patrons. Without you guys, we couldn't do what we do. So to the goats, we have Burnsy, Final Dinosaur, Gridlock, Axe Anax, MJ, Whack the Ewok, Test Dummy, and Black Apollo.
And thank you, Brian. That's the CTE. It's from football. Thank you, Brandon W, Moose, Elko, Churchy, Rad, Ollie, Hawkers, Penny, Aggro, Don Huadon, Pure Blind, Primal Nerds, Jackson V, and Big Roach. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much. This is your fault. We love you for it.
See you next week, guys.
Toodles.
Woo! Big up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, but a penny turn red.